Morning, everybody. It is 8:36 on this shortened day. We close at 1 o'clock um, ahead of the July 4th weekend. But we do have some important numbers, and we actually even have an important number coming after we close. Okay, so we moved up ADP. Well, ADP normally comes out on Wednesday anyway, and the ADP added payrolls of 150,000, which is about 10,000 lighter than what was expected. However, um, the biggest gain, and it was huge, 136,000 out of that 150,000 were service industries, hospitality, and some construction. So those are big numbers. We also had 4.9% pay increases in people who stayed at their job, but 7.7% pay raises for people who moved jobs. Okay, before that number came out, the Dow was up 33, NASDAQ was down 5, S&P was up 1 at 816, 817. Right after the ADP numbers came out, the Dow went from up 33 to up 6, NASDAQ down 5 to down 12, and the S&P from up 1 to down 4. Next, at 8:30, we had the claims numbers. Claims numbers usually come out on Thursday, came out because there is no Thursday this week. The continuing claims were 238,000. That is, initial claims 238,000 versus last week's 235. Haven't seen a revision on that yet, but you can be sure there will be one. And the big move up, however, or the sustained move up, was in continuing claims, 1,858,000. That was up 26,000, which doesn't seem like a big number on 1,858,000. However, this is the fourth month of the fourth week in a row, and this is also the highest number since November of 2021. Okay, so at 8:35, after that number came out, the Dow is down 30, so up 33, up 6, minus 30. NASDAQ down 5, down 12, down 30. And the S&P up 1, down 4, down 7. We also had the trade deficit, which is, as you can imagine, always a negative number. It was slightly better, only by $1 billion or so, minus 75.1 billion versus minus 76.3. Those are net numbers, and the biggest problem here is that imports and value of imports continue to rise. And so unless we get that under control or stop spending money like drunken sailors in Washington, that's what we'll have. Okay, the chart on the screen will be copper, which finally is bouncing the way I expected it to. As you can see, it is the fourth day of higher highs, higher lows, and today is quite substantial. It also looks as if in the next day or two we're going to get across of the purple and blue line. Purple is the 5-day, blue is the 20-day. That would be really important, especially since really the only thing after that is this orange line, which is the 50-day. So we're up about a dime and looking to be gaining some strength. We did have that crossover that I told you about last week in the MACD. The only issue for me is that on the weekly, we do have a really nice bounce off this 50-week moving average. And in fact, with today's action, we are above all of the moving averages, which is nice considering that we came from an all-time high at 520 and bounced solidly off the 20-week here at 432.90, and then again this week at 432 and a quarter, and we are substantially higher. My problem here is a slight decline in volume, although it is the summer, and the possibility that the MACD could get awfully close to rolling back to the downside. The difference here is that this is a weekly, and it would take several weeks to get that. Our options expire on the 19th of this month, which is 2 weeks from Friday. And we could have a fairly substantial move. I'm still looking for a move back to the 470 area, if not higher. And, we're basically halfway there. So we have that. Let's take a look at the other futures. Gold, silver are both higher. Gold up 30, silver up $1.16. A pretty major move. And there's another new high on the copper. Oil is a little bit higher. Heating oil lower. 1 second. Gasoline is down about a penny. Grains are about unchanged. The dollar is a little bit weaker. Bitcoin down almost 2,000. Ethereum down 126. And the bonds are up a little. Okay, just back to the stock futures. We have the Dow now down only about $3. We have the NASDAQ down $41. Part of that, of course, is NVIDIA down a little again. And the S&P is down about $6. As far as news goes, we have Paramount again with Skydance. I may write against it this time because Sherry Redstone is such a loon. We have another new all-time high in Amazon. Constellation beats and is 265, up about $6. Tesla up another 5 after being up 19 yesterday. And MGM initiated as a buy at BTIG, not really doing much. 42.60 up 27. All right, everyone, have a great extended weekend, and I'll be back Friday morning.